All right, so I'm back with a part 2. All right, because I didn't get to cover everything in my last video, and if you agree with it, again, I'm gonna leave a link in the description on a poll on some of my thoughts. It's at the bottom at Ghost Experience 3 at the forums. I will put this out. If you want to do it from your mobile phone, make sure that whenever you go to the link, that once you go to that link, you turn that from the mobile version into the regular browser version. That way you can vote on the poll. You can sign in and vote on the poll. All right. So picking up where I left off, where I wanted to leave off, I had to go the other day. So I want to pick up with vehicles. All right, the items I'm gonna cover is vehicles, more of the animations and AI. I don't really have a lot for the AI. I have a few things for animations, and then vehicles. All right. Let's see. So starting off with vehicles, there is this thing that really bugs me. The enemy AI will be able to pretty much, when they get in helicopters, they can hit you from all different types of angles. They can fly and do these crazy cuts and everything. In the mid-air, they'll be able to land a shot that puts you down. Now on the reciprocal, on the other end of that, if I was to squad up with any of my guys online in this co-op experience, right, I have to make micro adjustments all types of ways, all types of different angles, just so they can be situated in the right spot so they can land a shot. And it's extremely frustrating because not all vehicles have this. Only some vehicles, like, let's see where I'm at right now. I'm actually gonna get into a helicopter because I'm near this place. And when it comes to the vehicles, here's another thing: take damage along with the vehicle. It's weird. I really don't like that. You take damage along with the vehicle. If the enemy start just laying down all types of hellfire on you, you take all that damage along with the vehicle, and defeats the purpose of being in the vehicle or being behind the vehicle. Well, if you're outside the vehicle, then those rules don't apply. It's only whenever you're inside that vehicle that this starts happening, and it's weird. Take this guy.
Sweet shotgun lead.
Love it. But yeah, so let me see if I can secure this area real quick and do a quick little demonstration. But yeah, the vehicles, not all the vehicles have the same aiming radius. Some of them have more, some of them have less. Suitable or feasible people that are playing it all together, especially if you're trying to defend the
Good kill. Okie dokie. All eliminated.
So yeah, especially if you're trying to defend like the cockpit driver, whoever's flying the vehicle, or whoever's piloting or driving the vehicle, they suffer all that damage. Enemy AI, that's what's on my notes. These guys are completely blind. I just ran past this guy. Like, I would fire him. I would super fire him. Not regular fire him, but just super fire him. So, we have a vehicle here. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and man this, make sure I'm good to man it.
I think they're gone.
And
Hostiles in the area.
Let him have it.
Copy. Opening up.
Alright,
Got one.
go.
Time to earn our money.
Passenger seat. Vehicles. I go to aim. I only have this little imaginary square to aim in. In fact, I could probably even... Let's see. The guys
New
over
rally
here.
point over there.
There's no way. We can't get there. On our way.
Cool. We're moving.
There's a rocket coming, Ghost Lead.
See if I can land this shot. Where you at?
Get some cover, Nomad. You gotta get patched up. Let's do it.
Alright, where that rocket come from? Now, switch seats. See if I can land my shots from here.
They're bleeding out, cars. Find some cover.
I don't know where this rocket gunner is at. It'd be nice if I could go prone and maneuver in the vehicle. Get my aim radius right. That way I can see everything. Camera's kind of fixed on the right or left hand side. So if they add like a center camera, kind of like the old SOCOMs, or even like being able to giving you the ability to swap shoulders or shoulder swap, that way you can have a bigger field of view and it encompass the whole entire vehicle. It'd be more I won't say practical, it'll be more ergonomic for the player. And taking damage. So the vehicle takes, when the enemy gets to shooting at the vehicle, it takes a significant amount of damage versus you being outside the vehicle and them shooting at the vehicle then. Then on that same note, you take damage while in the vehicle. You could be pivoted the truck a certain type of way, but all they're doing is shooting to take off that damage. And I won't even say all of it. You take a good portion of the damage. And see this guy. I'm gonna get him. Piece down.
That's it.
Him. But yeah. AI. They're dumb.
Roger. Moving to target.
I can see the AI from Metal Gear Solid in this game, and in this game's AI in Metal Gear Solid, because Metal Gear Solid 5 seem compact. It seemed like a
Enemy snipers done.
Nothing else.
addition to Peace Walker.
There's nothing out. Freeze!
Nice shot.
All right, let's try this again. I'm gonna do the aim radius in this vehicle. If I could put some guys down.
We got contact over here.
Oh, can't see him. Look at that. Sitting right there. He's right there. I seen him when I got in. See him right here.
You're fading, Ghost Lead. You need to find
I just had to sit there and take that one.
I'm coming to take care of you.
That's just in the helicopter. Now, if we was in mid-flight and I wanted to land a like really precise shot, I can't. However, enemy AI, they've been landed all those shots.
You're back in the fight.
They've been did a pivot maneuver, beeline, all types of stuff. They would have messed us up. This rocket is up here somewhere, on top of that building, sitting in this minigun, and I can't see on the top of that building. So that's just the vehicles, all right. Which leads me to go into the animations, all right. So because you're always in this fixed position, your body and your body posture, and I only bring up these things because nobody's said anything. And with the animations, like for example, if we had more of you getting revived in that particular situation, let's say I wasn't right there. Once you get revived, you automatically stand up. A lot of people try and get you the crossfire when you get down and everything, but as soon as you get revived, you automatically stand up.
Heads up, everybody. We got guests.
We had some type of control where we could just lay there for a little bit and go prone, assess the situation, or get up to a knee. It'll be more manageable. But seeing as we'll stay prone for a little bit and then we'll get gunned right back down after standing up, makes the game just stiff. Really extremely stiff.
Moving there. Roger. Moving to the target.
Now,
Roger. Moving.
Roger. Got the sniper.
moving on with
Got that
animations.
sniper.
Crawling left and right. Like if you go prone and being able to crawl. And another thing I haven't seen anybody really say is roll. You used to could roll on all the Ghost Recon.
Enemy sniper's been.
We got all
That was something that was
Well done.
pretty good. That's like a speed maneuver I used to actually use to roll into cover, roll out, have to maintain a low profile. But definitely being able to make micro adjustments, like if you were sniping, if you was being able to snipe and you could
Nice shot, boss.
make a micro adjustment just to kind of stay in the cover. Like if I was aiming through this, I want to kind of make me a little loophole and get whatever that is on the top of the building over there. Then I could just crawl. But see, I have to physically stand up and then go that way. And all that stuff could be pretty much accessible while you're aiming. If you could aim and move straight for left and right, cool. Tick in the box. But you can't do none of that. And then the roll would just to be a hasty maneuver to get out of the area.
I gotta say, I like these automated
Now,
turrets.
moving from that interaction between AI and co-op players. Now, I played a lot of little Armor and stuff. Played a lot of Metal Gear. We could do something that I seen that was a pretty good idea that was kind of worked with in Ghost Recon Future Soldier. Future Soldier had a thing where you could mark the objective, and when you mark the objective, you could mark the path in which you wanted to go to that objective. So all that was real time. You see your partner, you could mark him as your objective and stay with him. You have a indicator along the ground by augmented reality to show you where he was at all times. It was the quickest route to get into him. So anytime you got lost or anytime you respawned or whatever it may be, and you could fairly find them fairly. That was something that I was going off with. Like you have in Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker where there's this little I want to say a gameplay mechanic that they had where you could automatically follow the person that was in front of you, which that was awesome. You could shoulder tap him, and then next thing you know, you was on his rail, and you could aim left and right, and anywhere he would go, you would follow right behind him. If we had something like that in here, definitely could have your AI teammates interact with it. You could have one guy stick with you and the rest ordered somewhere else. That way you could have a two-man team or split up in twos. That will actually mitigate whether people wanted to attack one end or another, or you could even take it to multiplayer. You could take it to co-op play, and it'll manage everything out. Deliver that level of tactical strategy, and provide a more squad-based feel experience for the game. And I'll reiterate that my views on my opinion. It's directly coming from me. All right, it's not influenced by anything else. I like military simulated games. I like SOCOM. I love those games, and it's all about making this game, pretty much my opinion, making this game more immersive. I think that with the animations, this will be pertaining to the non-player characters, aka NPCs. Now, NPCs, I believe we should have interaction with outside of getting intel off of them. I think we definitely should be able to like use one of our gestures, one of our orders, or emotes, calm them down to get them to come towards us, or hide, or move out the way. Calm them down. That way it won't alert the enemy. I think the enemy should react to the NPCs. Whenever we have the little faction mission of pretty much extracting the HVT or taking out the HVT or whatever it may be, as far as the HVT, you can actually play off of that same thing of, you know, calming them down, making sure that he doesn't panic, make sure he doesn't compromise your position, and having the actual enemy AI react to him when he's moving. Because as of now, we can sneak in, and because they can't use ladders, they can't use whatever reason they can't use those objects to extracting them, and they literally run right past the enemy. So it's just like, why were y'all guarding him to begin with? And why am I coming to get him if he could have just ran past you? And that takes away from the immersive feel. So definitely being able to interact with the NPCs and being able to have some type of influence on the condition and state that they are in, and being able to see the enemy react to those NPCs, which will have to be a big fix on the enemy AI and the NPCs and the team AI. Excuse me. Let's see. I think there should be real-time crafting. I'm not a fan of the menus. I try and stay out the menus as much as I can. Hence why I would say we should have a real-time compass display, or a emote or order, or however you want to say it, to be able to move. And I put quotations on move because it makes you stop, but to be able to move and tell time. Be able to move and tell what bearing, distance, and direction you're going in. But that would all go into pretty much having more animations and in-game real-time crafting. That way I can stay out these menus. I don't like pausing the game. I like staying immersed in the game. And I'm pretty sure I could say that for myself, and a lot of immersive players would agree on that. Let's see. I would like a real-time display of equipment as well. I would like to see that. Like if I got this big old rocket launcher on, I'm playing with my guys or whatnot, they should be able to be like, hey, go ahead and shoot that rocket over there, 'cause that I have it, versus who got what. And then have to kind of fumble around in that E3 promotion, in the E3 announcement trailer for Ghost Recon. It says, it showed Fix-It with his drone on his back, and with that same little radio that he has. Excuse me, hold up, let me see where I'm going. Clear out the maintenance station. Area north of Ravenwood. Yeah, Fix-It in that E3 announcement trailer showed with his drone on his back. little attack drone. And I know now we have deployed that drone to be able to show. Your missiles should definitely be able, your grenades, anything that you have equipped, it's not a lot, should be able to show, in my opinion. I only say this because it's those little small details that stick out. Like I should be able to look at the enemy and determine the same thing, what he's carrying. I think the enemy should definitely should have more equipment. Like they should have like those gas grenades, and I think the gas mask within this last event that we had, those gas masks should be able to be incorporated for the actual pieces of equipment instead of just the filters. Put the whole mask that way. Like for example, that behemoth drones that deploy the yellow smoke gas, and it kills you. See now, in retrospect, the ones that shoot missiles, you can see the blast radius. You just move a couple of inches, you know, right outside the blast radius, and then you do no damage. You take no damage. Now, once that gas is deployed, it actually goes outside that radius for a little bit, and it lingers a little bit. And there's nothing you can do. So if you got surrounded with gas, it lingers and it travels a little bit to get to you. That can be balanced with just having your gas. And it's weird that they have this Amber Ruin event with this yellow screen, this yellow smoke screen, this yellow smoke or whatever you want to call it. And you can deploy your assault smoke, which is the same color, and you take damage from that gas and not the other gas. And you have a mask on with a filter. So definitely think that should incorporate it. So gas mask as equipment and stuff. Custom pings. Alright, custom ping notification. Now I think as far as the pings can get annoying. I think as far as managing the sound, logo, you can even map it to a order or an emote. That way it'll show a different type of color to indicate whatever order. You're playing with all your friends or whatnot, and everybody's on the same page. They hear the ping or the order, they look to you. They see that you gave go there, move there, or stop. And if you had stop and it gave like different type of tone or sound, you don't even have to get a ping, just give a different tone, or that way it gives everybody the idea to look in your direction. That's just for those who would like to play like that. Visually, I think with no HUD, with core elements and stuff like that, I think we should be able to look down our binoculars and determine who's carrying intel. I think Nomad should give auditorial feedback on details like that, or at least within the perimeter or area of that objective. Then we could use that focus that we only can use during certain type of scripted events, like your Azrael drone that flies above your head. You tend to zoom in on it, and then you get to hear Nomad say, "What is that?" You know, which goes back into the same feature of being able to be more immersive of what I was suggesting a while ago. When Ghost Recon first came out, I had put a video where you could check your magazine, and with that kind of gameplay mechanic, it definitely would immerse everyone. As I could turn my game HUD off, and I could hear my character say, or a thought bubble, or whatever it may be, low, or even color indications. I'm running low, I'm black on ammo, I'm green on ammo, something like that. That'd be awesome. Now, yeah, this guy is not gonna be alerted until I like pop out. His line of sight sucks, and I think that to add more strategy to the game, definitely want to have longer line of sight. I think the regular NPCs, like not NPCs, the regular AIs, enemy AIs, should definitely have the line of sight of the snipers. The snipers should have an extreme line of sight because they're snipers. I think everybody should have that same line of sight as snipers.
I want to be a heavy gunner.
With the increase of difficulty.
I think it just makes sense.
Not you get, you know, you take more damage or you get spotted out quicker. I think those fields of view should increase a lot because the game is not difficult. Sneak in, you will walk in really. Run in. With the perks kind of throw off everything. Especially the normal game ballistics. Normal game ballistics is crazy. You have to do. I'm not even gonna get into the ballistics, but the ballistics is I manage mine out with the perk called Ballistic Advantage. I don't play with any of the other things. It kind of breaks the game. Slim Shadow breaks the game. You can do stupid stuff with it. All the other stuff is just not. It really doesn't pertain to having that core experience like I wish to play with. But let me get back to the pings. Yeah, I wish I could have notifications like to tell my team to. Let me see. I'm gonna demonstrate. I'll demonstrate. So I have a funky control scheme. In my last video, I explained I have the Ghost Recon Future Soldier control scheme. I mapped it out to be that way. Also explained that the sprint should reset the camera behind you. That's a big thing. Alright, so I just removed one button. And what I'm going to demonstrate is this ping thing and being mapped to your orders. Alright. So if I wanted to tell my guy to go there, I should be, oops, excuse me. Gotta unmap something else. All right.
How long we gotta stay out here? Nothing.
So like this. This shows visual feedback versus me just sitting there, standing there doing that. I could tell them to go that way. All together. Or if I wanted them to tell them to hold, that'd be the regular way. This would be like hold here. Something like that. But being able to take a ping and map it, customize it to fit in whatever you want it to be represented as. You don't necessarily be blue, let it be red, let it be green, or whatever it may be. And then if you're playing with a bunch of friends, y'all can customize it all to something that's used to, that you all can used to. Changing A, because the ping it says A all the time. The X or Y, a different symbol, skull maybe. That way, whenever I say look that way or distinguish things, it won't always say A, because once you get all 4 people in the game, everybody's throwing up A's. Pings. Moving on to AI. more into AI. So I think the AI should have contextual commands. Highly think that. I think definitely should be have. I already hit on the field of view. The soldiers should have a longer field of view. Should have that of a sniper, and the sniper should have extreme long distance. It'll actually change the way a lot of people play in this game. They won't rush into it. Like a lot of the early footage from when the game announced and they had the promotions and everybody was playing it for the time being. They was rushing. There was a lot of sprinting here, sprinting there, Call of Duty type stuff. It wasn't really slow down, take your time, strategy here. Think of whatever go on. That little animation, I like it. But it wasn't never slow down, slow, smooth as fast type stuff. It was always sprinting gameplay. Then you had people that got all the little perks to the game where your health go up type stuff. Look at that. Listen to the auditory feedback.
Look we got here.
Right there. The auditory feedback could definitely have been like if I check my magazine, if I had the button to check my magazine, then I would say I'm green on ammo, or I'm amber on ammo, or I'm red on ammo, I'm black on ammo. Something like that, you know. It'll add to the experience. Being able to inspect your weapon. I heard someone say that. I think it was from the channel I watched, Bullet Catcher Gaming. I think somebody mentioned that in one of his videos or something.
Behind you, Ghost Lead.
The inspecting your weapon and observing ammunition. That'll definitely be something that I'd like to see.
Damn it. Compromise.
Smoke 'em.
Copy.
But back to the textual commands. I think the AI should be able to, like, if I prompt over a body, they should be able to move that body to somewhere. If I prompt over a door, should be able to clear the building or stack up on the outside of the building. I did a video not too long ago on having more commands of where to move to and how to move to. I showed in the video stealthing. If you press A, okay, it was if you get the command to move to, it'll prompt you with A to select and X to cancel. And if I held A, then it was to move to stealthy to that location. And then once I highlighted the enemy, it was to stealth kill that enemy as a contextual action. Definitely more contextual stuff. If that's ever a plan in the future, the AI's field of view. I wanted to go back into reiterating on equipment though. I think this is everybody has been said it. It's beating a dead horse, but I'm gonna beat it some more with a baseball bat. The bipod. That's no excuse. There's no excuse that this game shouldn't have a deployable bipod. If a Xbox 360 title of Ghost Recon Future Soldier supported a bipod, there's no excuse that an Xbox One version in 2019 when it came out should not have a deployable bipod. That right there to me is just laziness. Going off of this same thing where it was what was it? I posted in the forum where you can put a shotgun under barrel, which you can't put a deployable bipod. And please, by all means, you can comment down in below and explain to me why, but it's not gonna make sense. It's just like going from 2D to 3D, back to 2D. No, that makes no sense to me. And I even give it another example. I like Sonic the Hedgehog. I think some of his great games are Sonic Adventure. But I'm not finna go back and play Sonic the Hedgehog. I've already gone 3D. Why am I gonna go back to 2D? I can explore a world now versus going back to a 2D. Why would I go back to having a bipod that I can't deploy back in the PC early versions of this game to a 2019 version of this game that don't have deployable bipods? So you can argue with me. This is still my thoughts and my opinions on the matter. That's no excuse. This game should definitely have more. Dead bodies. Now, this is another thing that hasn't been brought up. When you pick up the bodies and you have the option to throw them, you can't actually throw them. When you pick up the bodies and you have a certain piece of terrain that you need to cross over, you can't cross over with the dead body. You have to put them down or throw them over or down the slope and then go from there. You can't throw them up on platforms. You can't throw them over platforms. But you also have this option to throw, but it doesn't work. You can throw them into water now. Before they didn't have the splash effects, but you can throw them into water. As long as it's off of something, you can't throw them onto something. You definitely, I think that should be fixed. You should definitely be able to hide bodies in trash, house of trash, and the dumpsters and lockers and all the pretty much the props sitting around. You should definitely be able to hide them. But see, you also should be able to drag them, which you should be able to, if he's dead, just drag him. It's quicker. You can even have your AI help you. I think if you get down, you should be able to be dragged too. In fact, they had a cutscene of Nomad being drugged by Walker. And all these scenarios that we have, there's no means to doing those kind of more effective maneuvers that I know that a lot of the military tactical guys actually do. Measurement of the game needs to be fixed as well. There's no proper measurements here. I know what 300 meters look like, and it definitely don't look like the 300 meters on here. 300 meters on here, and I'll correct myself. Give and take. Sometimes it's right. The majority of the times it's wrong. Know that. So I definitely think that should be effect. I think in immersive mode, I think there should be an immersive multiplayer. Aside from the division multiplayer, because of I shoot these guys on here twice, chest or in the head, because they like to rush you. For a player online, I should be able to shoot him the same way, because if he wants to get into his little Call of Duty feel and try and run in a circle and do our other maneuver, should be able to drop him in 2 rounds. That's why I was saying like the gear score really messed up a lot of things. Let's see. Other pieces. A good demonstration on that. Those guys. Where that helicopter at? Look at that. Look at those accurate shots. Being able to put rounds on target. I can't do that same. I can't pull those shots. Yes, the player can't pull those shots. Almost want. Let me see. I'm gonna catch him in his little sharp turns.
Is that all you got?
You need to find some cover.
Ooh. Put him down just in case, just in time. But the pilots of these helicopters can make the sharpest maneuvers. And those shots, regardless on how fast he makes those moves, will still land. So I definitely need a mandatory aim assist or give me a bigger boundary area on my helicopter. That's a must. Because nobody likes to fly the vehicles. Nobody likes to use the vehicles, but if you're playing immersive like then guess what? You have to have extreme coordination. If some player controller dies and they can't be on the comms immediately, they gotta turn 2 degrees to the left in order to land their shot. They're kind of messed up now. The AIs need to occupy space at all times instead of what it says. Giving orders to teammates will make them visible to enemies. Yeah, that needs to go away.
Stay right where you are.
If I'm gonna have the teammates in the game, they need to be visible. They just need to be, programmed better, in my opinion. I don't want to say that lightly because I don't know what it takes to program. I know that any type of work requires that. It's nothing simple. So I'm not gonna say that lightly, but I will say because I paid $60 for this game. Some people paid $90 and $200 for this game. That it should be in the game, no doubt. Ooh.
They know.
I think that covers pretty much my last and final thoughts of everything. Again, one of my biggest things is the mobility on here. I think it should be balanced between your left trigger being precision, and your right trigger should be ability. If I'm aiming, that's a precise shot. If I hold my breath, that's me trying to get a precise shot. If I pull my right trigger, that's me shooting to hit something. So that would be accuracy. If I'm moving, it's quick. It's mobility. That balance the whole entire game out. The shooting cone right here, you move how it spreads out. That needs to be at size at all time at this camera angle, where you can shoot within that circle, and then within this circle it'll be smaller to make a more precise shot. And that'll balance the game, and the enemy AI, of course. Them be able to see farther, greater distances. It'd be awesome to change the flow of the game. Oh, and smoke grenades. Smoke grenades.
Shit! I got a visual on it!
You heard, Ghost Lead. You need
But
to stay low.
those are my last thoughts on a Hope you enjoyed my little trash session of me ranting about the game or my thoughts on it. Please, if you disagree, let me know. If you do agree, let me know. Spread the word about I can do this and maintain awareness, situational awareness, and have a cursor to orientate my weapon in that direction. And then I could put move faster, excuse me. Slow. I get an LMG, use tactical combat pace without shooting the weapon. But please spread that, share that. I don't do this for followers. I don't do this for fans or anything. I just do this to make the game better. I think if we all come together
That's the stuff.
to speak our voices, we'll all be heard. So, in conclusion, change the give us control over the tactical combat pace without shooting on all weapons. Give us smoke grenades that work, serve as smoke screen, and that has a farther field of view so we can play tactical. And that's all I got. I hope you liked the video. Like I said, comment if you did, comment if you didn't. Go to the polls down there in the description. Let me know what you like, what you dislike, and I'm gonna call this day. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.